I remember correctly, when Kathy Collins saw Mrs. Starkweather's body and screamed, you were outside. What were you doing outside?
Was I outside? I guess I was. Yep, I remember now. I was borrowing a TV from one of the guest rooms, cuz.
We heard why. Rufus.
You did? News sure travels fast around here.
All the actors on your set were green.
Sure was. Looked like the Martians win or something. Anyways, I went out, I plugged my new set, and then the picture didn't come in too good. Everybody was as fuzzy as a woolly worm. Sorry. I went outside to turn the antenna around.
On the roof?
Well, it wouldn't do much good to put a basement in now, would it?
Okay.
I went outside to get the tall ladder out of the storage shed when I heard the gal holler bloody murder. Murder, even if it wasn't bloody.
Okay. Did you see or hear anything outside?
I saw some owls and heard some bullfrogs.
Are they humans?
Now that you mention it, when I was coming back inside, I saw Jordan on the patio. Not sure what he was doing out there.
Okay. Earlier tonight, Rufus, did you hear anyone talking about the new will?
Well, who was it? Minerva pensioners didn't talk about much else. They were chatting up in the kitchen about it before Mr. Starkweather croaked.
What were they saying?
That it wasn't fair, that's what. That they deserved his millions after all the work they put into. Me? I didn't care too much. 50,000 is enough to buy me a big screen TV. Now, I might even give you two!
That's Nurse and Minerva.
Oh, right. The more Minerva thought about it, the angrier she got. And whoop, you know she got a temper, right? Yeah. She was about to storm into Mr. Starkweather's room and give him a piece of her mind.
You mustn't go in there, Minerva.
Who's going to stop me?
I shall, if necessary.
You and whose army?
I totally agree with you that we were wrong, but a confrontation is not the answer.
Oh yeah? Then what is?
Have patience. Mr. Starkweather hasn't signed the will, so perhaps by morning he'll change his mind.
We should live so long.
No, Minerva. He should live so long.
So what were you doing outside at about the time of the murder, Mrs. Starkweather?
Just getting a breath of fresh air. Anything wrong with that?
Not unless you stayed outside.
What do you mean?
When I made a cursory examination of the crime scene, I noticed Miss Withers had left the window up a few inches to let in some fresh air. Anyone could have climbed in, and absolutely done.
Are you accusing me of killing great Uncle Simon?
No. I'm not accusing anybody of anything yet.
Besides, from what we've heard, Cousin Jordan, trying to con someone else into doing your bidding is more your style. Who told you that?
Well, I'll ask the questions if you don't mind. I repeat, what were you doing outside?
If you must know, Kathy and I had an argument and I blew up. I went out to cool off. Or have you already heard about that too?
Hey, I question you also, remember? Alright, let me ask you this. If you didn't murder Mr. Starkweather, who do you think did?
Look, I'm not saying she did it. Have you talked to that little maid, Nancy, yet?
What? Why her, Cousin Jordan?
The girl has a crush on me. I flirt with the ladies a lot, but I did nothing to lead her on. And I know she was upset about the new will. Not just that she would lose her money, but I would lose even more. I took a stroll around the house and was outside the kitchen door when I heard Nancy talking to Miss Withers.
Can I do something for you, Miss Withers? I just needed some fresh water to put by Mr. Starkweather's bedside. I got it. That poor man. When he had the attack in the living room and lost his breath, I realized what you meant before, but the slightest shock, it proved to be fatal.
Exactly.
The slightest
surprises. Value about to get up to $1 million and then it being taken away.
3 surprises, actually. Now you're wealthy again.
Oh no, Mr. Starkweather. I was thrilled to be told your grandfather was leaving me $50,000. With that, I could go to college, like you, and get a good education.
Now you can do anything you want, Nancy. What do you want to do?
I'm not sure. I haven't been thinking about myself much.
What's been on your mind, Nancy? Jordan Starkweather, perhaps? You're very fond of him, aren't you?
Who told you that?
Cousin Jordan himself, for one. He implied you might have even been willing to kill for him.
He, what? How can he say such a thing?
I'm sorry to hurt you, Nancy, but now you see who Jordan really is. He's out for himself, and he'll trample anyone who gets in his way.
I guess I knew that, but never even tried to warn me. And I even heard him propose to Miss Collins. But she turned him down and then later laughed about it with her friend Miss Van Zandt. I was taking fresh towels in the guest room later when I heard them talking. You think Jordan is cold-hearted, but Miss Collins is just as good as he is!
Can you believe it? Those soulful gazes may have worked on some innocent young thing like it made Nancy, but he learned quick enough that I know pushover.
I wish I'd been there to see it. It's time Jordan met his match. You tell Nancy about some of the other maids that worked here. It's alright though, his Playboy days will soon be over.
What? What do you mean?
Up until now, Mr. Starkweather has given Jordan as well as Paula, Fiona, and Simon III a generous allowance. But once he passes on, the $50,000 request will be the last they see of the Starkweather fortunes. You'll have to learn how it is to work for a living.
Simon's almost out of school. He'll do fine. But the others, they'll get their money in no time. Then what kind of jobs do you think they can get? Could you put Bob on the desk of a car rental agency?
Or Jordan driving customers' cars.
Oh, and what will Fiona do? Sell Avon.
Can I get anything for you, Cousin Fiona? A glass of water, perhaps?
No, dear, I'm fine. Mr. Davis, I assure you that my Jordan could have done. What was done with Uncle Simon? He was cleaning my room all evening.
Mrs. Starkweather, you know that can't be true. Jordan himself said that he was outside. In fact, I saw you in here earlier tonight with Miss Withers and Bensoners.
That's right. Maybe it was last night he said it.
Maybe it was.
Now I know why Jessica Fletcher never believed any of her suspects on Murder, She Wrote. They were all too easy to get confused.
Okay, concentrate on tonight, Mrs. Starkweather. Do you recall seeing anything suspicious?
Suspicious. Well, when I saw Uncle Simon with that horrible thing wrapped around his neck, I called that suspicious.
Mike means before that, Cousin Fiona.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Before. Let me think. It was right after I heard about the new will and had all gone upstairs. I was walking past the secretary's door when I heard her and the housekeeper talking, so I couldn't help but to overhear.
What are you doing in my room, Mrs. Trent?
I was checking all the guest rooms to make sure there are extra blankets in each. I suppose you're very pleased with yourself, Miss Collins.
Why do you say that?
It all worked out just as you planned.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. Those news magazines you brought in from town, I didn't understand it until now, but you left them lying around where Mr. Starkweather would see them. You've done it for months.
What magazines?
Don't play dumb with me, Miss Collins. Those news magazines and scientific journals, I've seen them. They all had one thing in common. Articles about cloning. I didn't realize until tonight, but it's obvious which what you were doing. You planted the idea in Mr. Starkweather's head to clone himself.
Okay, fine. Well, what if I did? There are no laws about sharing ideas, are there?
I'm sure your lawyer friend would say no, since you're
In on it together?
it doesn't mean it's right. I think what you're planning to do is hideous.
Can you translate, please? I couldn't care less what you think. Get out.
Starting to give out orders already, are you?
I'll leave.
But remember one thing, young woman.
You're not the queen bee yet.
And you won't be until Mr. Starkweather's name is on the dotted line, assuming that ever happens. Kathy had told me about Mrs. Trent's accusations that she engineered the cloning business, possibly with my help. Mrs. Starkweather seemed to have reported their conversation accurately, which is something of a surprise.
Is it true? Did you and Kathy really give grandfather the idea to clone himself?
I don't think that's relevant to the case at hand, Simon. Even if I did, even if we did, we weren't breaking any laws, now were we?
No laws I can think of.
Then perhaps we should focus on the law that was broken. I'm referring to the murder.
You're right as usual, Miss Van Zandt.
I know.
Okay. Can you volunteer any information that might help us?
I will tell you this. Earlier this evening, I went up to the kitchen to get a pot of coffee. Kathy and I had been working, and I thought Kathy would help us stay awake. Minerva wasn't there, but Rufus was, and he was speaking to Mrs. Starkweather. Their conversation was very peculiar.
Good heavens, Rufus, what are you doing with that axe?
I brought it up from the wood pile to dry it off real good. Sharpened it up too. Want to see it?
Heavens, don't put it down.
Maybe I better before I hurt someone or even kill them.
That's horrible thoughts.
Ain't it though? I get those sometimes. You? I still see you guys poison pills.
The chalice isn't poison, it's a stimulant. You just gotta be careful not to take too many.
When I saw you upstairs, you had a lot more in that bottle. Oops. Hope you hadn't gone down overdosed. I think I can figure out that. Now instead.
If you bring those lips any closer, I'll snatch that axe out of your hand and chop them off myself.
I was just trying to help Miss Starkweather.
Told there are some things worse than dead. I'm sure, however, that I'm fine. I had an accident earlier in the living room with pills, and I wasn't able to find them all.
Well, then, I hope Minerva don't find them. She fixes Mr. Starkweather's meal, and she's mighty mad at him right now.
What are you suggesting?
Nothing. Did you need something from the kitchen?
Ooh, I came to see if Minerva had any of those delicious hors d'oeuvres left over.
I can look for you.
Never mind, I seem to lost my appetite.
Mr. Starkweather's meals? What do you want to know about them?
Who did he dine with? Did he eat the same food as everyone else? You know, those sort of questions.
Mr. Starkweather was on a very restricted diet. Low salt, low fat, so I had to prepare his meals separately. Why do you want to know about the food? Think there's something wrong with my cooking?
No, Minerva, you're a very good cook. The leg of lamb you showed tonight was delicious.
Yes, well, I've often been told I have terrific legs. So what's the issue?
Forget it. Told me what I wanted to know. Changing the subject. Do you remember who was in the kitchen when the lights went out? Before I got there, I mean.
The blackout? I'm not sure. Let me think. in the pantry checking the supplies for breakfast, and when it went dark, it took me a moment to get my candle out and light it.
Minerva, Nancy, is everyone all right?
I'm here and I'm fine. I noticed the lights went out when I was outside.
Oh my gosh, I was in my room when the lights went out. What happened?
Oh, bitch, never forgot to pay the light bill.
Keep that up and I'll forget to pay your wages.
What in blazes is going on?
Apparently the storm knocked out the electricity. My candles did. Come in handy, you see.
Remind me to give you a gold star later. Bensonhurst, can't you get the electricity back on?
That's what I came to find out. Bensonhurst? Circuit breaker is right this way.
I really hope they hurry. I don't like the dark.
That quick enough for you? I'll get back to my chore.
Why did the idiot have to come inside? He tracked water all over my clean floor.
It's a surprise Mr. Starkweather doesn't fire him. I'll never know.
Any luck? Yeah, it was there all right. We should have enough to pinpoint our murderer, but I wish we had more. The DNA results could take weeks to come by, and if the will is pervaded, the killer could get his or her inheritance by then and disappear for good. We could buy a new identity for $1 million or more. Gosh, there's just some way we could nab the guilty party tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we learned more from questioning the suspects.
Me too. They were so busy trying to make each other look guilty, they didn't reveal that much about themselves. I mean, the slightest thing. Simon,
Yeah?
reveal it.
Oh, what is it?
Here, on the rug. I think it's... Yes. It's so insignificant, I didn't realize. This means everything. Simon, I know who murdered your grandfather.
Oh my gosh, who?
I will tell everyone as soon as I gather all the evidence. I need you to go and let Bensonhurst know that everyone needs to be in here immediately.
Yes, sir!
Minerva sent me in here to make sure to see if you'd like a pot of coffee.
Never mind that. Go upstairs and tell everyone there to get down here on the double!
Yes, sir.
I'm sure the police chief won't mind me using sandwich bags to gather the evidence. I don't think they mind at all.
They didn't have to call the singer for a pot of coffee.
That's what I'm saying. They keep doing this like 3 days. One of their
Calm down, everyone. Please take your seats.
It's awfully late, Mr. Davis. Or very early, depending on how you want to look at it. Okay, no one else is going to ask. I will. Why did you call us together at this hour?
It's been a very long night, hasn't it? I'm sure you are all very tired. I know I am. But I feel we would all rest easy in knowing who murdered Simon Starkweather.
You mean you've discovered who killed Great Uncle Simon?
I'm pretty sure I have, so I'm going to show you in the next few minutes.
I'm amazed, Mike. How did you figure it out?
Well, first I had to find the answer to a question that bothered me from the beginning. It would have been so easy to make it appear that Mrs. Starkweather died of natural causes, as George Starkweather suggested to Miss Withers. For example, Mrs. Starkweather, or her son, could have used some of her digitalis and given it to Mr. Starkweather to trigger a heart attack. So could several others among you who knew she had them and had left some on the floor, no doubt, when she spilled them earlier tonight. Also, Miss Withers could have achieved that same result by injecting an air bubble into Mrs. Starkweather's bloodstream. Any of you could have stolen it from her room and done the deed yourself. Also, it's highly probable that some of you considered frightening the old man to death. Minerva with her knife, Miss Thompson with her gun, Rufus with his axe, Benzinus with his wrench. The possibilities are endless. Why then would the killer choose to place a blood pressure cuff around the victim's neck and inflate it in order to strangle him to death? I feel so foolish for not realizing what must have really happened sooner.
Might one ask what that is?
Obviously, when the blood pressure cuff was placed on his neck, Mr. Starkweather was already dead. Shush, shush, shush. Am I right, Miss Van Zandt?
Yes! You really are very clever, Mr. Davis.
It had to have been you. We were in the same room together and the lights went out. Mr. Starkweather was ringing his bell. I went to find Bentonhurst and you went to check in on Mr. Starkweather. The killer must have murdered him and slipped into Miss Wither's room seconds before you found the body.
That's what I figured too.
But why would you put the cuff around his neck?
As our able detective here has surmised, the killer had made it seem as though Mr. Starkweather had had a heart attack. Death seemed to have been due to, indeed, natural causes. Though there wasn't a doubt in my mind, however, that someone here had murdered him. I knew under the circumstances the police wouldn't conduct an investigation, nor the coroner conduct an autopsy. But I was about to let my employer's murderer get away scot-free. I noticed the blood pressure cuff on the bed. I put it around his neck, and I inflated it before wheeling him in here.
And your plan worked. No one would question the fact that he had been murdered.
Wait, so young Simon hired Mr. Davis to find the killer.
Which I have. That was very naughty of you, Miss Van Zandt. Your little ploy distracted me from the main problem. Instead of focusing on who did it, I kept on wondering, why did they do it that way? Once I figured out that piece of the puzzle, the rest came easier.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Davis, but if you have found the murderer, then the end seemed to have justified the means.
I imagine the police would agree, and might even overlook the fact that you're guilty of tampering with evidence at the crime scene.
If not, I'm on very good terms with the local judges.
Wait a minute. How do we know Miss Van Zandt didn't kill Great Uncle Simon herself?
No motive.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mike. Tell us who did kill Mr. Starkweather.
I'll do better than that. I'll show you.
I'm sorry. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my
Stay seated! Now, I imagine all of you still have the candles that Mrs. Trent distributed earlier tonight in case of a blackout. Take them out, please, and light them.
Isn't it nice? Very Christmassy.
When I examined Mr. Starkweather's body, I noticed my first thoughts were to be drops of blood on his bathrobe. On closer inspection, they appeared to be another substance entirely. I forgot about them for the moment. As I was interrogating you all individually, I noticed one of you moving one thumbnail against the other. I took it to be a gesture of nervousness, but I guess you could say they were nerves triggered by guilt, as it would turn out. I didn't realize the significance of that gesture until I recalled Minerva's testimony. She reminded me of those of you who gathered in the kitchen with candles when the lights went out. A few minutes ago, I noticed these on the floor by the sofa, and I had the link I needed to identify the murderer.